stars in front of whatever's passing by the sun. Because the stars are supposed to be further away than our sun, right? Supposed to be. But anyway, this is behind. If these are stars or planets, or whatever, who knows? I'm sure somebody does. If they would tell me, that would be great. Anyway, so this is passing behind these, but in front of the sun. So let's watch it slowly. Let me back it up a little. Forgive me, it's a little hard controlling it with this mouse. Alright, so there it is. And then there it is. So it seems like an orbit. I mean, maybe it's the Earth. That's what they'll tell us. But why, if these are stars, why are the stars in front of it? If that's Earth, then why are the stars in front of it? If these are stars. They act like stars, so let's play the footage. And they blink and move, and or maybe they're all, I don't know. Maybe it's protons coming off the sun. Maybe that's what they are. But see, it goes so quick. And of course, it's a 24-hour loop. So I wonder if each second counts for an hour. I guess I'd have to figure out how many seconds it's actually running. And my phone dropped in a bucket of oil today. See, every time I try to work extra, something happens. So to earn that 30 bucks, it's gonna cost me like 65. And then I got a quick, got to run in Dollar General for a quick second, and they done changed the whole store around. This the one, where at least I'm like, at least I know where everything is, so I can, you know, get my stuff in 3 minutes. And they're changing over to Dollar Tree, so they done moved everything. Anyway, like to get to Walmart, but so yeah, what is this thing that's passing in front of the sun? But and in front of these things, I mean behind these things. I thought those were stars, but maybe they're not. There's a couple of other little things I noticed, but I don't think they're real significant right now. That thing never changes, so I don't get the point of that yet. Not yet, anyway. Let's see what else they say for today. Guess that today's the first, so yeah, that white, the plasma density hitting us today, and then it's gonna hit us again on the fourth. Not real dense, I guess, compared, not in the red. But see, this is what's tricky. They got this light blue here, almost, and then they got this white. And so it's hard to tell some of this if it's this color here or way up in here. And that red is really close to us right there. Look at that. It looks like it might hit half the Earth. On the, we get the green, and we get the yellow for sure. Looks like the fifth and sixth. And we get the green. Good thing that red don't hit us. Oh, too fast, Judy, too fast. Alright, all these levels are, see, we get close. These are in the evening. This is, we had lightning, severe lightning last night. They actually sent out a severe lightning warning. It wasn't a thunderstorm itself. I mean, it was rain, but it was just a severe lightning thing. Take shelter now, severe lightning. A lot of people were talking about it today. They woke up to an interesting lightning show. I guess I've seen so many that I was so tired. I mean, completely exhausted last night. I didn't want to stay up and watch it. I've seen enough. It started like at 9:30. Alright, at least this ain't going up too high. This is, let's see, the electron flux satellite environment, kind of stable. They had a break right there. Alright, that's enough of that. Come back here. Huh. R is null. That's interesting. Hey, hey, stop going so fast. I really need a mouse for this thing. Especially so I can draw on that whiteboard. That would be easier. At least we got some rays shining down here now. But this is looking weaker and that's weaker. This is steadily moving on across. Earthquakes. One within the last hour. Same place in California, East Little Lake. And you had 5.0 in Vanuatu and 5.3 in Indonesia and another 5.4 in Australia. I'm thinking this is the one from last night. It's still on here because they stay on 20. It's 24 hours past this whenever you pull it up. If it's 24 hours past, it'll come off. And red means it happened within the last hour. And Russia had one. Japan had a 4.4, and Russia's was a 4.9. But and severe weather, North Carolina, which I'm sure that one will be heading here. Kentucky, North Dakota, and Maryland. Baltimore. Oh, this one in North Carolina is nearly stationary. So it's going to drop a lot of rain since it's not moving very fast. And none are moving 70 miles per hour today. Another one for Henderson, North Carolina. Yeah, that's probably going to hit Virginia line. It's probably already hit. Well, how fast it's only moving 10 miles an hour. And that's going to hit. Or maybe not. If it's moving just east, maybe it won't. Ah, give me a second to taking a long time to refresh. Okay. Any day now you can refresh because I can't look at my phone. I got my phone in a bag of rice, hoping it's not ruined. It dropped in some oil, transmission fluid, and everything else that's in the or, all the lubricants that go into starters and darn it, I can't even think of the names of everything right now. The little motors and stuff that come off cars and whatnot. The little when you're scrapping metal, and all of it was in this barrel, and so all the juices from all the different things were in there, and then from the oil filters and all that stuff, and the phone fell right in there, just swimming around. So I don't know. So I can't use that to. Okay. Well, July is over with. Clear sky chart. That's a joke. Oh, let's see. Oh, nice. It'd be nice to have my camera with a zoom lens. Um, how about you just have a link? I got all this stuff on here for sale. Where's the link to look at what I want to look at? We don't have what I want there. Is it buffering? It must be. Hmm. see what I've missed around here today, and yesterday, and the day before, and the day before. Franklin man fatally struck by a vehicle in front of Southampton County Courthouse. Wow. I guess he was on the sidewalk, or maybe crossing the street to get to the courthouse. Thursday, first warning forecast. More rain and storms to end the week. Yep, that's covering a lot of us. Virginia's completely covered. Maryland, North Carolina, almost all of North Carolina, parts of South Carolina, parts of Georgia, Tennessee. I'm sure Texas is in there too. And West Virginia. Yeah. Newport News. Searching for missing firefighter. Aw. Police. Customer who shot and killed Virginia Beach robbery suspect will not face charges. Okay. Another brand of incline sleepers recalled after infant death. Huh. Whoa. Virginia delegate disrupts President Trump's Jamestown speech with deport hate sign. So I guess he was here in Virginia. Former American Idol contestant pleads guilty to federal drug charges. Middle schooler sentenced for life-threatening prank on teacher with food allergy. Huh. Mom counting her blessings after Virginia 4-year-old boy hit by motorcycle. I guess he's doing okay. Wow. Virginia Beach officials searching for missing woman last seen in James City County. Good gracious. We got the fireman missing. I haven't read that one yet. None of these things are mysteries. Norfolk police recanvass area where 7-year-old girl was shot. Uh, Alright, let's see what's up with her. So maybe if we recognize her. Um, Come back here. Alright, there's one image. Um, oh, cool tattoo. Of an owl and I don't know what's on the bottom. Maybe that's a wolf or something. Not sure what that is there. Oh, that's that tattoo. Okay. A rose and a mouse? Huh. Julian Crystal Hobbs. Oh, okay, what? See what the circumstances looked. Okay. The National Center for Missing and Endangered Inc. Incorporated says Julian Crystal Hobbs, 38, has not been heard from since March 11th. Wow. When she had a friend carry her to Norwich, Virginia, in James City County. They say this is when her cell phone and all communication stopped. That sounds suspect. A missing persons report was filed with Virginia Beach Police Department in April. 5'7", 110 pounds, brown eyes, brown curly hair, and several tattoos. Reports say Hobbs may be suffering from diagnosed cognitive impairment that causes her to become very confused. She refuses to take medication for this condition. Oh, okay, well, I hope they find her. Let's see why the fireman is missing. Hope nothing's happened to her. Newport News, Virginia. Police Department is searching for a man reported missing from his Newport News home. On Monday, police conducted a welfare check at Richmond firefighter Daniel Lewis' home after a battalion chief from Richmond Fire Department called in. When no one answered, the property manager let officers into the home, and no one was in the residence, fire officials said. Lewis reportedly commutes to Richmond for work. If you or someone you know has information on Lewis's whereabouts, take action and call the crime line or lock you up. So, yeah, he's a fireman making a good salary. Probably just wouldn't up and disappear. Obviously, he didn't call in to work. That's why his work called the police to check on him. Oh, I hope he's found okay. I don't know. We be having weird stuff happen to people around here. Whoops. Please help us. One of our members is missing. Brother Daniel Lewis has not been seen or heard from since Sunday night. And this is Thursday, yeah. He did not show up for his shift Monday at E15. His parents have filed a missing persons report. It's been 3 days since anyone has had contact with him. There he is in his fire department dress blues. Alright, so let's hope they find him. Okay. 17-year-old found dead in cemetery. is getting more and more corrupt. the One of the ladies that was here for the female football game, all female football league. She's from Toledo, Ohio. She's like, I thought it'd be really cool to come down here. And she was complaining that and she's 6'2", or she's 6 feet, 200 pounds, and she's like, them waves right at the shore were just knocking us down. And then she said, the crime is so bad around here. I guess they don't have much where she lives in Toledo, Ohio. But yeah, the crime's bad around here. Every day there's murders. Every day. She says she thought it was a dream, but reality has Victoria Hicks living a true nightmare.
Good morning, Blaine and Jessica. It's going to be a candlelight vigil held here tonight around 7 o'clock. That's when it's going to be starting, and it's all to honor the life of 17-year-old Natasia Hicks. Now, police say just last Saturday, they were called to High Street at the Evergreen Memorial Cemetery on reports of someone shot. When officers arrived on scene, they found 17-year-old Natasia. She died before she could be taken to the hospital. Neighbors who live nearby say they never heard a gunshot, and police believe the teenager was not killed at the cemetery. Detectives are looking into the possibility her body was moved from a different location. News 3 spoke with Natasia's mother, who says her child was robbed of her life.
And everybody keeps saying, I'm so strong. But like I said, I don't know how to be weak. But this hurts really bad. It do.
Now, again, that vigil is expected to start right here tonight, around 7 o'clock here tonight. Police also say they are still needing the public's help. If you know anything at all surrounding this case, you are urged to call the crime line. You can also use the P3 app. Live in Portsmouth, Samantha German, News 3.
That's sad. On Saturday, her smile would brighten up the world. Found Saturday evening in the Evergreen Memorial.
Despite the fact that batteries power almost everything in our lives, it's not always clear what to do with them when their juice is all used up.
Ideally, you shouldn't toss them into the garbage.
In fact, in some places, it's illegal to throw batteries in the trash. So whether it's your standard alkaline AA battery, a rechargeable cell phone battery, or the battery from your car, you should treat it with care by using safe storage and disposal methods. Most batteries contain toxic ingredients like cadmium, lead, lithium, or sulfuric acid.
Batteries can leak, get into the ecosystem, into the groundwater, so you really are concerned about that.
And while old batteries may not generate enough energy to power a device, they could still spark a fire if they're not handled carefully. Store them in a secure container that keeps them lined up side by side so the contact points can't touch each other or brush up against anything that's metallic or conductive.
Or put a little piece of tape on both the positive and negative ends. That makes sure that you don't end up having short circuits or any other type of current coming from the batteries.
An even better option?
Keep the container that you received the batteries initially in. Put them back in.
Many businesses have battery recycling programs, and stores like Best Buy, Lowe's, and Staples will take certain kinds of batteries as well.
And many
Of course, I'm just speculating.
America always wins. That is why, after 400 years of glorious American democracy, we have returned here to this place to declare to all the world that the United States of America and the great Commonwealth of Virginia are just getting started. Our future is bigger, bolder, better, and brighter than ever before. It's been a great honor for me to be with you this morning. I'd like to thank you. God bless you. God bless Virginia, and God bless America. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
So right now you have been listening to President Trump speaking in Jamestown, marking the first representative assembly, 400 years for that.
President Trump started speaking around 11:40 this morning, speaking for about 20 or so minutes. We've carried that live stream on WTKR.com. And News 3 reporter Anthony Sabella begins our live team coverage. Anthony is outside that event. So what can you tell us about what you've seen out there?
Yes. So I'm standing where just a little bit ago we had some protesters out here. They were out here for a couple of hours. They had cleared up pretty quickly once the president started speaking, maybe even a little bit before the president started speaking. But we had, I would say, close to a couple hundred people out here. Now, this was put on by the Williamsburg James City Democrats. They only had a couple of days to put this together, and their big message today was they told me they don't believe that the president stands for what is being celebrated inside the Jamestown settlement today. And so they were out here protesting him and protesting his visit. We also, just across the street, we did have some supporters of President Trump as well, though it was a smaller group. I talked with both sides, and both were pretty passionate about their thoughts on this president.
I don't think he knows anything about Jamestown or about the history of the United States. It's really unfortunate that we have a president that incompetent.
Because his speeches tend to bring everybody together, and that's what I'm about, unity.
No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace!
Now again, organizers for the rally against the president, they said it only took a couple of days for them to throw this protest together. It was set to start at 9. We pulled up around 8:30. They already had dozens of people out there, and then the numbers just grew from there. And again, we also had some supporters of the president across the street as well. And so we had groups here, we're told, from not only Williamsburg and James City County area, but also the rest of the peninsula, South Side, Richmond, and Northern Virginia as well. So a lot of people out here this morning. We're live in James City County. Anthony Sabella, News 3.
And about an hour away from where the president is, the groups are also boycotting his appearance.
I want to bring in News 3 reporter Allison Mechanic. She is in Richmond this afternoon. We know that's where the Legislative Black Caucus is holding several of its own events to honor this 400th anniversary. Allison?
Well, here in Richmond, there are several events going on that have all been organized by the Virginia Legislative Black Caucus. They tell us that there's two different reasons behind having some events scheduled up here instead of going down to Jamestown. They tell us that the first reason is because they don't agree with many of the president's actions and recent policies, but they also say that another reason why they're not in Jamestown is because they say those events don't include a major factor of their history. They say it doesn't include any of the events. They aren't talking about that the first slaves were brought over to our area during that same period 400 years ago. Now, if you take a look at this video, you can see some of the events that went on this morning. The very first event was inside the state capitol, and that's where there was a wreath-laying ceremony. You were able to speak to local delegate Sia Price. She explained to us why she decided to come up here to Richmond instead of going to Jamestown.
I know that I don't stand for divisiveness and hate. I don't stand for the tweets that have been coming from our president or the policies that he's been promulgating. I know that I was elected to fight for all of my constituents and to fight for a better Virginia. And I feel like the events here in Richmond are more aligned with those goals.
Okay.
Now, after that ceremony earlier this morning, there was another ceremony around 10:30, and that was at the Lumpkin jail site, which is just a short distance away from here. We had a number of delegates there, and we also saw Attorney General Mark Herring there attending that service. Now, coming up a little bit later on News 3, we'll have more about the different events going on here in Richmond and what other local delegates had to say about their decision to not go to Jamestown. Live in Richmond, I'm Allison Mechanic, News 3.
All right. Oh, hey, LJ. I'm sorry. Are you still there? Yeah. The guy I was working with today didn't want to work too late because he's missed. They got a special church thing going on all week, and he's missed a couple of days of it because he lives all the way out in Suffolk, like on the North Carolina line. And so by the time he gets there and showers and then comes back, you know, this way to go to church or out in Chesapeake, he's been missing it. So he didn't want to miss it today, so we didn't work that long today. And I can't tell if this thing is buffering or not. Are you still there, or did I miss you? Because I couldn't see the chat room while I was, excuse me, sharing the screen with the news. And I can't look at my phone right now because it's in a bag of rice. I don't even know if it's going to work again. Pray that it does. Because I can't even. Anyway, I just saw the interesting thing pass by the sun, and I'm sure they'll say it's supposed to be the Earth or something. But my question is, if those are stars, then why are the stars in front of the Earth if it's passing by the sun? But maybe they're not stars. Maybe they're photon emission from the sun or something. I'm not sure. So I'm sorry if I missed you, LD. Oh. That's crazy. Elderly woman says she caught a peeping Tom staring back at her through her living room window. Now she wants to warn others to be vigilant. Helen Flint has lived in the West Ocean View neighborhood for 40 years. I'm sitting on my couch talking to a friend of mine, and the blinds were open, and I hadn't turned on my light yet, because it was just before dark. She never heard a knock at the door, but she could see a man up at her window. He might not have been a peeping Tom. He might have been trying to see if anybody was home so he could break in. Ain't no telling. And give you some of those motion sensor lights and alarms and a pistol. Man builds miniature village for mice family in his backyard. Okay. Those are pretty big mice. Man accidentally meets identical stranger at college, then they uncover the truth. Oh, authorities say they found the remains of a 2-year-old whose parents died in an apparent oh boy. National Avocado Day. Alrighty. Aw. Why couldn't he left the boy alive? There's a lot of murder-suicides happening. 2-year-old son of a couple who died in an apparent murder-suicide think they found the child's remains in a remote section of Montana. Witnesses called in tips and led officials to a camp believed to have been occupied by the child's parents. Oh, maybe they left them alive. And maybe he wasn't found quick enough. Yeah, he was the last seen on surveillance cameras with his parents when they purchased camping equipment. Yeah, maybe Maybe, maybe he left him alive and thought somebody would find him. I don't know. They had felony warrants after a burglary last year. They were set to serve prison time. Okay. I'd like to have some of these. They look like they might not hurt my feet. Like everything else does. All right. Oh my gosh. Woman accused of urinating on Walmart potatoes turns herself in. What is wrong with people? They are losing their minds. Missouri police believe woman was killed, put in suitcase and tossed on the side of the road. Wow. 15-year-old boy spent the day at the pool and riding his bike before he was fatally shot. Alright. This woman urinating on potatoes. What are people doing? This happened in West Mifflin, PA. A woman accused of urinating on potatoes at a Pennsylvania Walmart turned herself in. She didn't think she'd be seen. I saw surveillance video. This woman was so stoned out of her mind, high, whatever you want to call it. She went in a convenience store, opened one of the coolers, you know, the low coolers, like the ones that got a little sliding door, like waist high, and used the bathroom, number one and number two. And she, you know, people were looking at her, telling her, hey, you know you're not in the bathroom, and she ignored them like she was in the bathroom, pulled her pants down, and went right in the cooler.
Who allegedly urinated on a bag of potatoes at Walmart has turned herself in to police. Amy Wattis has Walmart's response to this most unusual incident and what shoppers are saying about it.
Okay. That's not going to play. A worker at the store noticed urine on the floor and notified a loss prevention officer. The officer called police after surveillance video showed a woman appearing to pee on potatoes around 10 p.m. After police shared images of the suspect, they said in a news release that a woman identified as Grace Brown went to the station with her lawyer to confess. Reports that a Walmart employee saw the 20-year-old in the act, and they didn't say anything. Whoops. Woman banned from Walmart after eating half a cake, refusing to pay for the other half. This type of obscene conduct is outrageous, and we immediately disposed of the affected products and sanitize the area to ensure its cleanliness and safety for our customers. We're working with the West Midland Police Department to find the responsible party and have them prosecuted. Well, I guess they found her. She turned herself in. The Allegheny County District Attorney's Office has recommended she be charged with criminal mischief, open lewdness, disorderly conduct, and public drunkenness. How about more than that? How about intent to, when you mess with products that are for human consumption and endangering people's lives? How about charge her with something like that? Because all those little misdemeanors would be nothing. She needs more than that. I mean, that one that licked the ice cream and put it back got charged with more than this woman. That guy's being a little too soft on her. Just my opinion. Disgruntled employee faces murder charges for killing 2 people at Mississippi Walmart. Woman arrested after sleeping 11-year-old scalded in hot water challenge. Norfolk police searching for a woman accused of hitting deputy with a car. 17, we read that one about the 17-year-old girl. U.S. Navy jet crashes in Death Valley National Park, injuring 7. Let's see what caused the Navy jet to crash. I'm sure they're not going to tell us. An FA-18E Super Hornet jet crashed Wednesday, commonly known as Star Wars Canyon. 7 visitors suffered minor injuries. Did the pilot eject? Did he get out okay? As a general rule, military jets are not allowed to fly over national parks, but an exception was made over this particular section of Death Valley when it became a national park 25 years ago. This particular vista is a popular place to watch military training flights. The crash occurred east of Naval Air Weapons Station, China Lake, according to the Navy. Search and rescue personnel are on the scene, and the status of the pilot is currently unknown. Lieutenant Commander Lydia Bach, a spokesman for the Joint Strike Fighter Wing. The cause of the crash is currently under investigation. Okay, so we don't know why it crashed, and we don't know if the pilot got out safely or not. Apparently, probably not. I mean, I don't know. You would think, because there would be a location beacon on the ejection chair. So, since they're saying the condition is unknown, I mean, unless it's heavily wooded. I don't know. Well, Admiral John Richardson says, Team Diana and I ask that we all come together to help support the family and friends and shipmates of the pilot who crashed. Yeah, so the pilot crashed. The pilot didn't eject, is what it sounds like. Okay. Shooting at Lowe's in Virginia stemmed from road rage incident. It's so crazy. Road rage is so stupid. So stupid. It goes on every day. The police were answering one on the interstate road rage incident. The man waited for the man to pull into a rest stop to go to the bathroom. And when he went to get back in his car, the man jumped in his car and started stabbing him. And then they took off. And then they were chasing each other again. Or the road rage guy was chasing the other guy. And then it was a bad wreck. And just crazy. Richmond, Virginia. A man was arrested and charged with attempted murder in connection to a shooting that started as a road rage incident on West Broad Street. Theron T. Mosley, 32, of Richmond, was apprehended without incident. U.S. Marshals Regional Fugitive Task Force. He's been charged with attempted murder and use of a firearm in the commission of a felony. The arrest was made in connection to a shooting outside the Lowe's. At approximately 12:28, officers responded to Lowe's parking lot with a report of a person shot. Upon arrival, they found an adult male with a gunshot wound. He was taken to a local hospital with a life-threatening injury. The injury has since been downgraded. Well, guess he better be glad the man didn't die all over road rage. You know, people make mistakes. They don't see people. They cut people off. They're busy. Their brain is so busy. They're running late. They got a million things on their mind. Their phone's ringing. Someone's texting them. They're trying to set their GPS. You know, sometimes people are jerks and do stuff on purpose. A lot of times they really don't. And people get all bent out of shape because someone made a mistake as if they don't make mistakes. And it turns into these ugly road rage incidences that's just crazy. People can't control their tempers anymore at all. That's why a lot of people shouldn't have guns, because they just can't, you know. It's too easy to shoot someone when you have a gun. Way too easy. Where if you had to pick up a baseball bat or something and get that close to somebody, you usually have time to think twice when you're angry. But when you're angry with a gun, it doesn't take, that's it, it's done. He followed him for a couple of blocks because he was mad. Police say their detectives had determined this started as a road rage incident on West Broad Street. Mosley is accused of following the victim for a few blocks to Lowe's. A confrontation then ensued in the parking lot, which ended in gunfire. Yeah, that's a real reason to shoot somebody. Okay. Man charged with murder after person found dead in Chesapeake. Oh, hello, sir. I'm on to you. You have a demon inside you. Are you still there? Who sent you here? Why do you think you have a demon inside you? The demon sent you here? It's a good place for you to be. He's talking to you, and you're listening to him. Because if you really want to get rid of him, all you have to do is command him to leave in the name of Jesus, in the name of Yeshua, and he has to leave. Yeah, well, I won't give him, I don't want to listen to him. You're holding him back. Yeah, that's a good thing. Because that'll piss him off. That's a good thing to do. Yeah, he will. He'll leave if you tell him to leave in the name of Jesus. He has to. That's the rules. In the name of Yeshua, our amazing Messiah, our Savior, that the Holy Father was so gracious to bless us with, we command the demon to leave in the name of Jesus. All right, y'all can have fun. I'm going to go back to reading the news. May God bless you abundantly and chase away all your little evil demons. Chesapeake Police Department has a man in custody. 8:53 a.m. 73-year-old Richard Haynes was found dead. Aww. The victim's son, 49-year-old Stephen Haynes, was charged with second-degree murder on Monday. You punk. Why would you kill your 73-year-old father? So stupid to kill your 73-year-old father. Must have had a demon inside him, too. Obviously. Man, oh man. Jesus, hurry up and come back, 'cause this world is on nuts. Norfolk couple believes 4-month-old baby was burned at daycare facility. An Amazon delivery driver stole a Texas couple's dog and tried to sell it online. Armed suspect shot by Virginia Beach police. Officers pleads guilty to assault, firearm charges, yada yada. Person found unresponsive in vehicle in Chesapeake. Battlefield Boulevard. Oh, the individual was dead. Okay. We see there are no signs of criminal action. Alright. Okay. Didn't give us much on that. Oh, brother. A woman turned herself in the sheriff's office Friday, and her child is accused of severely burning an 11-year-old. A hot water challenge. Boy, oh boy. Oh, those are cute. They're cute. Billy Oliver is suffering from second and third degree burns from a water challenge. So you had to take some boiling hot water, 212 degrees, and pour it on someone or had to drink it. Isn't that stupid? Angela Guth faces second degree criminal abuse and first degree wanton endangerment charges. She allegedly did not help Oliver get medical attention when he was burned. It was a 10 on a 1.
It started as a challenge.
It's a challenge, guys. These challenges are deadly. They're dangerous. It's not what you want to wake up to.
That landed 11-year-old Billy Oliver in the hospital with second and third degree burns.
How far has our society went that we don't realize that boiling water hurts?
Oliver's mother, Patricia, did not even know this challenge existed.
No, I knew nothing. I knew nothing about this star, nothing about the challenge.
And now Angela Guth, the mother of Oliver's friend, faces felony charges.
It's a good time for parents and caretakers to remind their kids that everything that you might see on the internet is not safe, even if it claims to be safe or is represented to be safe.
Clay County Attorney Joe White says some children do not think of the dangers.
Think about children, they don't always perceive the risks that might be involved in some of the activities that are on there. And I'm sure that many of the activities that they see on the internet don't show the dangers that go along with those activities.
And now parents have to stay in the loop.
We have to make sure that we take time to educate ourselves on the dangers that are out there, and then to explain to our children that they have to be very cautious about what they see on the internet.
Because the internet, while it may have its benefits, it also has its downfalls.
So many dangers to try and navigate through this day and time. I don't, it's scary. It's scary.
A time where education
A
is
paintball
key.
gun attack.
In Clay County, Emily Bennett, WYMT
Isn't that
Mountain.
something? A Richmond teenager has been arrested in connection to an attack with a paintball gun. Charged with malicious wounding. The adult male victim was shot several times in the face, chest, and back with a paintball gun. Yeah. Several hours after the assault, officers responded to a local hospital for the report of another assault. Once police arrived, they spoke to a man who also had been shot several times in the face, chest, and back with a paintball gun. A few minutes after the initial assault on the same block, because of the proximity, police are investigating a link between the two incidents. One had to undergo surgery and lost his eye because of the incident. People are losing it. All right. Kids kept safe after someone smashed windows at Virginia preschool. Wife of Virginia animal cruelty suspect remains in critical condition. Armed suspect shot by Virginia Beach police, pleads guilty to assault. Newport News, teen shot in the face by flare gun. Good gracious. 5 charged in human trafficking case after 18 immigrants rescued in Houston. Virginia Beach teen arrested after person stabbed in Moyock. Man arrested for suspected involvement in 2 Hampton shootings. Yeah, I guess that woman's right. If she just looked at one day of crime here in Virginia, in the Hampton Roads area. Man arrested in connection with Newport News shooting. Transgender woman attacked in April, found dead on Dallas Street. Grandson arrested for murdering 78-year-old inside Virginia Beach mobile home. Oh, man. Virginia Beach men charged after sale gone wrong ends in shooting in Waverly. Virginia man charged with murder after allegedly shooting and killing stepson. Mm-mm-mm. Uh, how do you kill your 78-year-old? Honestly, I don't know. If it was a man, a grandma or a grandpa, you killed. Alright, let's see why the transgender woman was found dead. National news. Dallas, Texas. A transgender woman whose April assault made national news was found dead. The woman was not carrying identification, but the medical examiner possibly identified her as Mahalaja Booker. Booker was assaulted by several males in the parking lot of a Dallas apartment complex after what police said was a minor traffic accident. Victim attacked in separate assault in April. Edward Thomas was arrested and faces charges over April 12th assault, but Thomas has not been linked to Booker's death. There is nothing at this time to connect Mr. Edward Thomas and the event that occurred yesterday. Police are unaware of Thomas's current whereabouts. Police are still trying to identify others who participated in the April attack, which was captured on video. Suspects were reported to have used homophobic slurs and assaulted. An assault was flagged as a hate crime. On Sunday, Washington encouraged members of the public with information. Okay, so they don't know why this transgender person was killed. Sad for anyone. New Jersey will allow terminally ill patients to end their lives. Wow, okay. We are really getting, one dead, 6 injured after crane falls on Dallas apartment building. Dead baby found in trash can at Texas Applebee's after woman gave birth in bathroom. The body of another transgender woman has been found in Dallas. Seems like Dallas might have a serial transgender woman killer. Woman found dead in Costco's parking lot was likely killed by dogs. Oh yeah, I remember that. this crazy guy was killing people on the Appalachian Trail. So that woman pretended dead and she got away. One person detained for suspicious death investigation in Virginia Beach. One person detained after a woman was found dead at a residence in 800 block of Elizabeth Court Tuesday night. Okay. Gangster John Dillinger's body will be exhumed from Indiana Cemetery. All right. Why are they digging up a old gangster? He's just crazy looking. And this guy killed his parents right up the street from here. Aw. 72-year-old killed in Virginia Beach SUV crash. Oh, that must be, Yeah, that was Sweet Peas. When he got hit by the car. Alright, I think I've got enough news, enough local news. Oh, except for, good gracious. Except for the Dallas news. Man convicted in Virginia Beach pleads guilty to illegally re-entering. Let's see, this is someone I know. He was arrested and convicted in Virginia Beach for public swearing or intoxication. He was deported at taxpayers' expense 8 months earlier after sustaining a Virginia Beach DUI conviction and after overstaying authorization for voluntary departure. He then returned to Hampton Roads sometime in the 8-month period. Ortez pleaded guilty to illegally re-entering of a previously deported alien and faces a maximum penalty of 2 years. Thought they was going to have a picture of him. National Avocado Day. Oh, wow. That is something we really need to celebrate. National. New Jersey will allow terminally ill patients. It allows adults with prognosis. This is crazy. With a prognosis of 6 months or less to live to get a prescription for life-ending medication. That is wrong. Wow. I know people that were given 3 months to live and they lived 40 some years. So other jurisdictions that allow physician-assisted suicide are California, Colorado, Oregon, Vermont, Washington, Hawaii, Montana, and the District of Columbia. The law requires either a psychiatrist or psychologist determine that the patient has the mental capacity to make the decision. This prescription is a series of self-administered pills that can be taken at home. Wow. Yeah, they don't trust doctors with opioids, you know, but they're going to trust them to give out pills to commit suicide. Wow. So let's say someone takes the wrong medication. Say you have two elderly people living in the same home and the eyesight's bad, and one grabs the wrong medication and takes it, then they're dead. Or, you know how sometimes teenagers steal prescription medication and just take it. They take whatever. They have pill parties and they take it. That is just stupid to allow that. If, I mean, being a Christian, you know, I feel like you have to leave it in God's hands. But, you know, if someone's in a lot of pain, I get that. But if they're in a lot of pain, hook them up to a morphine drip if they're that bad off. Give them the opioids, not the suicide drug, because the opioids, if you take heavy enough doses and you're sick enough, especially if you're bedridden, it slows the function of your breathing down. It suppresses your lung function. So you can go and anyway, I don't know. Someone says, you know, suppose they decide the first day after they're told they have 6 months to live. A gas explosion rocks the community, leaves one dead in Kentucky. Oh, hey, LD, I'm sorry. Are you there? Are you there? Did I miss you again? Can you hear me? That's twice I missed you. I'm so sorry. I can't see the screen when I'm looking at the other stuff. And my phone isn't working right now because it fell into a barrel of oil today. I'm praying that it works when I put it back together and put the battery in it. Anyway, I am so sorry. I guess I missed you again. It's a shame I can't see the screen when I'm sharing this other stuff. I need to do a split screen or something. That's what I should do. I should open this and a whole new window, and then I could do a split screen, I think. That's what I need to do, because I can't see it when I'm doing the other stuff, so let me see if I can. Yeah, do a split screen. Oh, I need to split it the other way. Darn it. this way with it. Uh-oh, it doesn't look like I'm moving the right thing. Yeah. Come on. I really need the mouse to make this thing easier to control. I'm back here. No. Stop it. I need to go this way. And go this way. So I can see the chat room part when I'm looking at other stuff. And then I don't miss people. And is it not going to do that for me? And I still can't see it, huh? It won't let me do it that way. Really. That's not right. Okay, well, I guess at least I can see if someone says something. Alright, so back to this one. Okay. Alright. Oops. So, but it won't keep it up for me, huh? Let's see if there's anything else I can do with it. Can I lock it in place or move? No. Okay. I think I need a cup of coffee. I'm tired already. Oh, we had a swimming advisory in Newport News again. I wonder what it was this time. Some bacteria, probably. Or the new sea lice. Huh. Or, yeah, the bacteria results from the water testing have exceeded safe levels. Okay. Which means the flesh-eating disease was in the water. Oh, look at those puppies. Man charged with arson in connection to Virginia Beach apartment fire displaced 16 people. Hey, he looks familiar. Is that Pembroke Square? That looks like Pembroke Square. looks like where I used to live at. But it could be the one on First Clemens. They have S.L. Nosbaum. Oh, it was Pembroke Square. Yep. Yeah, okay. That answers it. It was exactly my building. Huh. The back side of my building. This is right here. So the cats were hanging out back here, and I made them a home in the front. The stray cats. I just found all their pictures. They were so cute. The feral cats, the babies, and so I'll find homes for them all. Wow. Yep. So he burnt my apartment down, the one I used to live in the front. So I got home from work one night. I was working at the bar then, and I walked in the hallway through here. Is the hallway, and there's a door back here, and there's a door on the front of the building. You can go straight through the apartments. And anyways, I got home one night and I could smell gas in the hallway. And so I called the fire department. And sure enough, they came out there with their thing that reads the gas level, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you're right." And so we were banging on everybody's windows, their windows, back windows, front windows, patio windows, and their doors. But the doors are metal, so it's hard to hear if you're in your bedroom. It's hard to hear someone knocking on the door because they're heavy metal doors. So we were banging on the windows to get everybody out until we could find where the gas was leaking from. Wow, I'm going to just send this to my daughter. Yep. I lived at 46. Well, I won't. Anyway. Huh. And he purposely set it on fire. He could have killed those people. Yeah. And I would have been trapped in my apartment. And look at the flames in the hallway. Oh, I would have came out the balcony and jumped on those bushes. That's what I would have done. Jumped right over the rail. Huh. Okay. Check that out and see why he did that. 31-year-old Kelly Bruce Harbinson of Virginia Beach was charged Wednesday night with 4 counts of arson and 1 count of attempted arson. So, the fire began just before midnight while people are sleeping. Stupid. In the complex attic. Guess he wanted to make sure it was fully engulfed before someone discovered it. The second alarm was requested after 20 minutes. Officials said because of the size of the fire and because the flames had broken through the roof, causing the structural issues to the building, firefighters had to fight the fire on and off from interior and exterior of the complex. The fire damaged 4 apartments and resulted in smoke and water damage to 4 other apartments in the building. Well, yeah. course, it's going to damage all 8. There's 8 units per building. 4 upstairs and 4 downstairs. No firefighters or civilians were injured. However, due to the late hour of the alleged crime and the scope and size of the fire, is facing anywhere from 5 years to life in prison. Yeah, because, 8 families were probably home in bed at midnight on a Thursday. Huh. So yeah, that's where I used to live. That was my favorite apartment. It was really cute. They had remodeled it. It had um, new kitchens and a really deep, deep bathtub, which I loved. "16-year-old Virginia student killed in New York. Crash." Oh, that's right. Let me look at this. Nope. Oh, why can't I keep that up? And look at this too. Huh. "Man arrested for allegedly killing dog set on fire at Virginia Beach." Aw, shame on you. Man arrested charged with murder and arson following Norfolk fire. Juveniles detained after fire engulfs Virginia Beach playground equipment. Fire damages 5 suites at Virginia Beach office complex. That looks like it. Oh, that is the courthouse. No injuries reported at the Cruz Battle Fire outside Purdue plant in Accomack County. That's in Virginia too. The Purdue plant, huh? Purdue chicken. We used to ride past there on the way out of town. Wow, that is pretty heavy. I wonder what caused that fire. That looks like Aragon right there. 4 people displaced after lightning strike causes fire in Virginia Beach. Man arrested after crashing vehicle into house. He looks familiar too. we saw that one. Snake throwing carjacker. Man uses emergency lights on Kia Soul to stop vehicle, track down girlfriend. Alrighty then. So wait, I need to know, did they go on a high-speed chase? This driver with suspected radar detector and unrestrained child leads CBBT on state police chase. Does that mean they thought he had an unrestrained child in the car and they chased him? Yeah, it says suspected radar detector and unrestrained child. So they didn't say they discovered the child was unrestrained afterwards, or he was charged for that afterwards. That was part of what they suspected him for. So did they really do a high-speed chase knowing he had a child in the car? The car led Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel Police and Virginia State Police on a chase Tuesday. Around 12:25 p.m., there was a driver at the toll booth who they say had a radar detector. Police then noticed there was also an unrestrained child in the vehicle. Yeah, okay, so they did know it ahead of time. The driver identified, because radar detectors are illegal here in Virginia. The driver identified as 25-year-old Ronald Stowe took off when the CBD Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel officials attempted to conduct a traffic stop. That is when the pursuit began. Stowe was driving over 100 miles per hour. So they called off the pursuit for the safety of the unrestrained child. Okay, well, thank you. The vehicle was identified on Northampton Highway, Northampton Boulevard, and state troopers made a traffic stop on I-64 at the 464 exit ramp. He said the reason he kept driving was because he didn't want to stop on the highway. I was thinking about the child, that's why I didn't want to pull over on the highway, and that's why I was trying to get to a main strip or a side street. Well, if this happened at Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel, and they got you on Northampton Boulevard, and you didn't take the first exit off. Well, maybe he did. I forgot. They got a new traffic pattern. Maybe. I don't think so, because I think he would have hit Shore Drive first and took that exit if he was just trying to get off for the safety of the child. Oh, and the streets were wet from rain. There was no accident, but due to the wet conditions, the vehicle slid down in an embankment. Stowe who is from Delaware, was driving his friend and her child to North Carolina. Wow. Stowe was booked in Virginia Beach jail. 2 counts of reckless driving, endangering life and limb. 2 counts of gross wanton or reckless care of a child. Hit and run with more than $1,000 worth of property damage. Abduction by force without justification. 2 counts of speeding and 2 counts of disregarding police. Yeah, because I'm sure the woman and child were freaking out, like, let us out. Why are you running from the police? I feel her because, I've been having to get a few rides, and some of them have been kind of scary. 9-year-old donates money from Lip Balm business to help kids with autism. That's sweet. 10-year-old girl crashes mom's SUV while driving herself to McDonald's. I mean, it's funny, but it's not funny because, she could have really hurt herself. But she was going to Mickey D's. Hmm. Rats stolen from Chesapeake pet store. Thieves caught on camera. Why would you steal rats? Wow, he doesn't look like a teen. He looks like an old man. Chesapeake teen allegedly runs off with sex offender. Oh, never mind. He is an old man. She met at church. Driver going by the name Batman captures arrest on I-64 police chase. Indiana driver tries to jump closed bridge during police chase. Leaves behind his prosthetic leg. Police pursuit in Hampton ends in crash. Suspect hospitalized. Man killed after 3-vehicle highway crash in Chesapeake. Driver charged. I wonder if they got any more on her. DUID. Driving under. What is a DUID? I've heard of a DUI. a DWI. Never heard of a DUID. See what that one is. Single vehicle fatal crash that left one person dead and 4 others injured. 4 teens and wow. The crash occurred just before 5 a.m. Tuesday on Interstate 64, the 261 mile marker. Traveling west on I-64 when it ran off the right side of the interstate. Continued behind the guardrail, traveled up the concrete embankment on Big Bethel overpass when it rolled over and back down the embankment. Wow, must have been going pretty fast. 17-year-old from Culpeper, Virginia, and 3 female passengers survived the crash. A 4th passenger, a 17-year-old female from Culpeper, was ejected from the vehicle and died at the scene. Man. I still don't know what DUID stands for. Oh, well, one, the 17-year-old, oh, well, maybe there might have been an 18-year-old in the car. Because I know here, well, that's when you're 16. I don't know how old you have to be. Because they have a law now where at a certain age, you can have a driver's license, but you have to have an adult in the car. I don't think they have to be a parent, but they have to be at least 18. So maybe they were all underage. I don't know because they still haven't confirmed the ages and identities. And I can't Google it on my phone because my phone got soaked in oil today. So I'm not sure. Driving under intoxicated something? I don't know. I don't know what DUID stands for. I'm not sure. Okay, well, it's not buffering. Former American Idol. Should we read about her? I guess we might as well. Federal drug charges. I don't know what that means if Antonella Maria Barba made a guilty plea in federal court. She was charged with heroin distribution of 100 grams or more. Wow. The maximum penalty for this offense is a mandatory minimum term of imprisonment of 10 years, a maximum term of life, a fine of $10,000, and at least 5 years supervised release. Cute girl. Shame she got mixed up with that. Barba was on the 6th season of American Idol 2007, where she is placed in the top 16. So she obviously had talent that she could have done something with. conspiracy to contribute cocaine and heroin. She probably, it might be wrong, but she may have been um, suffering from a drug addiction herself. That's sad. She done messed up her life and other people's too that she was selling that stuff to. We have a pink lady bandit accused of robbing banks across the East Coast. Oh, wow. Nail salon employee accused of molesting 5-year-old boy while the mom was in there getting her nails done. Man, you can't take your children anywhere and be safe. She's sitting in there getting her nails done. Well, I don't know why. Well, they were probably friendly and, oh, well, let me show them this and that. And she's like, okay. She's probably been going there for years and trusted the people. The FBI is on the hunt for a woman they have dubbed the Pink Lady Bandit. Why do they call her Pink Lady? She's not wearing pink in any of these pictures. The woman described as either white or Hispanic has robbed 4 banks across the East Coast since July 20th. Federal authorities gave her the Pink Lady Bandit nickname because of the pink handbags she carried during at least 2 of her robberies. The FBI in Charlotte, North Carolina said the FBI says the woman is 130 pounds, between 5'2" and 5'4". Well, she's my height. During each robbery, the FBI said the Pink Lady Bandit showed a bank teller a note demanding money. The first robbery took place July 20th in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. Well, she's getting around about 23 miles west of Harrisonburg. Well, you're wanted by the FBI now, young lady. Suspect described as a white or Hispanic woman. In 2 of the robberies, she wore yoga pants, tank top, a navy baseball hat, and carried a pink handbag. Somebody's going to recognize her. All right, let me see anybody with a pink pocketbook. I'm calling the FBI so I can get that $10,000 reward. Oh, shoot. Oh, we got another Patrick's. I thought we had. So they're going to close the streets in ahead of time? Since they know we got heavy downpours and they know the streets flood, is that why the streets are going to be closed? Newport News woman arrested charged with multiple sex crimes against child. I want to know how this happened at the nail salon while the woman was getting a manicure. Happened in Arizona. Mesa is accused of molesting a 5-year-old boy Wednesday afternoon. At the Premier Nail and Spa. Oops. Okay, according to police records, the boy's mother had just finished getting her nails done when her son went to use the bathroom. As the boy was leaving the restroom, the suspect, 57-year-old Minahoa Troing, reached out and grabbed the boy and pulled him close to his body. According to the report, the boy's mother told police she thought Troing was being playful until she saw him putting his hand down the boy's shorts. The boy's mother went and immediately pulled her son away and called police. They reviewed security camera footage which corroborated the woman's story. The video shows trying to pull the boy's shorts down and then putting his hands inside. The video shows the boy squirming and then dropping to the floor to get away. When the boy's mom approaches, removing... Wow. Woman arrested on child porn charges after spray tan patrons secretly photographed. People are losing their mind. Well, this happened in Isle of Wight County here in Virginia. Carrollton woman Michelle Putnam, who is the owner of the spa A Polished Life, was arrested in Kentucky. Wow. So it was an ongoing investigation into a child pornography ring, apparently. The sheriff's office says the warrant for her arrest stemmed from an ongoing investigation into the relationship between Putman and a man named Gregory Wax, who was previously arrested for his involvement in child pornography. Putnam was hiding out at Wax's father's house. While searching Wax's phone, investigators say they discovered a number of women who were possibly receiving spray tans had been recording and or photographed nude without their consent. One of the women in the photos was identified. She told investigators that she received a spray tan at a spa in Newport News after responding to a Groupon and was not aware she was being recorded. A Polished Life used to operate out of a building on Pilot House Road, but started leasing space out of a yoga studio called Not So Zen in Newport News. The business owners say the spray tan operation was completely separate from their business. Okay. Yeah, I don't think people are going to feel comfortable going there anymore. There was a minor. Rabid raccoon found in Norfolk neighborhood. French created a mustard-flavored ice cream to celebrate. Oh my gosh! Now they have National Mustard Day too. National Avocado Day. National Mustard Day. Oh, that's crazy. I mean, there isn't better things that we need to be celebrating and putting money towards. So what they got? They spend money making signs. National Mustard Day. National Avocado Day. Now, if you took mustard and avocados and donated them to poor people, or took the proceeds from the sales that day and used it to help poor people, then okay, cool, having a national day for each piece of fruit and vegetation. But this, whatever. Newport News woman. 36-year-old Sarah Johnson was charged with conspiracy to abduct, conspiracy to take indecent liberties with a child, sodomy, producing child porn, conspiracy, child abuse, neglect, and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. She looks like a drug addict. She might not be, but that's how she looks in this picture. The chart, whoops, come back here. Too, because they didn't say they did. The charges stem from an investigation involving a female juvenile known to Johnson that occurred over a period of 3 years. Police found that Johnson participated in several sex offenses involving the juvenile victim. Yeah, people are definitely losing their mind. Oh, this was the one in New York where the twins, Juan Rodriguez, the father of 1-year-old twins who were left in a sweltering car while he did his 8-hour shift at work, was talking to his wife on the phone as he left the VA hospital last Friday. He made a phone call as he was leaving the hospital, a law enforcement source told, asking his wife to pick up the kids at daycare. He was supposed to pick up a uniform for his reserve duty. He truly believed they were at daycare. Oh, that's sad. How can people get so busy? How do you not notice the car seats? I don't know. I mean, I don't think he did it on purpose. Oh, poor babies. Joy Mounds. Isn't that cute? When the 39-year-old dad made the left turn out of the hospital parking lot onto Kingsbridge Road, he drove 2 blocks, and that's when he saw the seats in the back. They were rear-facing car seats. Oh, wow. You know his heart had to drop when he realized those seats were still in the car. Rodriguez normally would have carried his 1-year-old son Phoenix and daughter Luna in their car seats into the daycare. He instantly realized he had made a terrible mistake. Father jumped out of the car. I can't finish reading this. I'm sorry. Oh, that's so sad. Oh, Jesus. I know those babies are in your hands now. Oh, it's so sad. Their internal body temperature was 108 degrees. I wish I hadn't read that. Okay. Yeah, I need to take a break. Oh, well, that's good. Virginia couple pulled from home by their neighbors. So I guess their neighbors saved them. Yeah, Richmond, Virginia. An elderly Colonial Heights couple is credited for their dog for waking them up and a neighbor for getting them out of the burning home. They lived there for 56 years. Wow. Okay. He came in and got Mama and said, all you have to do is get out. He took her and brought her out through the dining room. I think he was great and to me, and I thank the Lord for him. Okay. We've been married 68 years. I used to have a hot tub just like this inside my apartment. I showed you the ones that burnt down in Pembroke. Well, I had signs on my car, please hire me. And it didn't work. And then I went to Pop's funeral. Forgot they were in the back of the car, and I was so embarrassed. Uh, I'm glad it worked for him.
I just really needed to get a job, so I chose to stand on the corner with a sign.
All right, let me read about these heavy thunderstorms.
So I just thought, I have a wide network, I'll post it on social media and see what happens. And it was crazy. It blew up.
Let's see what they say.
It was just craziness of phone calls, text messages, emails.
And as
this lawsuit. The attorney filing the lawsuit says 5 students took their lives between
There's
2016
an
and
MU on the loose in
2017.
North Carolina,
3
and
of them are
nobody's been
members of
quick
the
enough to
fraternity
catch
like
it.
Brandon Grosheim.
Skins are going to trade Pro Bowl lineman Trent Williams. Okay.
The other 2 are apparently his friends. Now, the parents of Alexander Mullins and Joshua Thomas filed the lawsuit. Their attorney, Nicole Gorofsky, says Grosheim participated, aided, and abetted the students in committing suicide, which she says is a violation of the Missouri law. It's manslaughter. All 5 students apparently suffered depression. The suit claims the university and fraternity knew of the problems early on and did nothing to stop Grosheim. I talked with the attorney and with the parent of one of the students about Grosheim.
Well, I would want him to face his day in court and be held accountable for the deaths.
I've been, an attorney for almost 20 years now. I've never seen anything like this.
The university
A manatee surfaces in Virginia Beach drinking out of a water hose.
He released a statement that says they strongly disagree with the allegations and will defend the suit vigorously, and they say it will become clear the university is not responsible for the deaths of these students. A spokesman for the fraternity says they've yet to receive the lawsuit and had no comment. I also talked with Grosheim's mother. She says he lives in Kirksville, that he was
There's the manatee drinking from a water hose. That's strange. I wonder why it would do that. Did it know the water?
Good morning, you guys. The Virginia Beach City Auditor selected a Chicago firm called Hillard Hines to conduct the independent investigation. Now, the city Auditor Lyndon Ramaya says that this team, the Chicago firm, has a very experienced staff, including former Secret Service agents, law enforcement officers, attorneys, fraud examiners, and a mental health expert. We are being told the investigation will create a timeline of what happened on May 31st, explore information on the shooter, and look into any city policies that may have been a factor. Now, the independent investigation will be going on at the exact same time the ongoing criminal investigation is being done by police. Again, the public meeting will be held right here at Building 19. It's going to be starting around 4 o'clock this afternoon. And again, this is a meeting where the public will be able to get introduced to the new team that's leading this independent investigation. Live in Virginia Beach, Samantha German, News 3.
Despite the fact that batteries power almost everything in our lives, it's not always clear what to do with them when their juice is all used up.
Ideally, you shouldn't toss them into the garbage.
In fact, in some places, it's illegal to throw batteries in the trash. So whether it's your standard alkaline AA battery, a rechargeable cell phone battery, or the battery from your car, you should treat it with care by using safe storage and disposal methods. Most batteries contain toxic ingredients like cadmium, lead, lithium, or sulfuric acid.
Batteries can leak, get into the ecosystem, into the groundwater, so you really are concerned about that.
And while old batteries may not generate enough energy to power a device, they could still spark a fire if they're not handled carefully. Store them in a secure container that keeps them lined up side by side so the contact points can't touch each other or brush up against anything that's metallic or conductive. Or
put a little piece of tape on both the positive and negative ends. That makes sure that you don't end up having short circuits or any other type of current coming from the batteries.
An even better option?
Keep the container that you received the batteries initially in. Put them back in.
Many businesses have battery recycling programs, and stores like Best Buy, Lowe's, and Staples will take certain kinds of batteries as well. And many
Man fires a gun in Kentucky National Park after he claims he saw Bigfoot. Alrighty then. Come on. Manatee says hello to Kill Devil Hills. They're just showing up everywhere.
America always wins.
Yeah, they were saying it was 87 earlier, and it was 98 temperature. So the heat index, it was a lot hotter than that. Looks like Williamsburg and them got heavy rain already. We didn't miss it last night. We definitely had a lightning show and some rain. Storms go up on Friday. These storms will be slow moving, bringing some heavy downpours, several inches of rain in a short period of time. Means there will be flash flooding. As our stubborn cold front begins to push to our south, storms will become more scattered Monday and Tuesday. So we'll be calling for rain all weekend. Yeah, up until next Wednesday, it looks like our chance for dry weather over the next week. And then it'll be back in the hundreds. They say 90s, but it'll be hundreds. Mosquitoes, extreme. Extreme mosquitoes. Air quality green. Yeah, I doubt that. Okay. It's red again. It's buffering again. Still buffering. Okay. Oh, wow. How sad. Okay. Feds say Norfolk cocaine bust has ties to Texas and Honduras. Wow. Okay. 10 individuals on Friday after a long undercover drug operation. The investigation resulted in multiple drug charges throughout the county with more to come, according to the sheriff's office. The following people were arrested: Rebecca Gray, 54, arrested in charge of 2 counts of sell and deliver Schedule 2, 1 count of sell and deliver marijuana, 1 count of possession of a drug paraphernalia, and 1 count of possession of marijuana paraphernalia. Cameo Winslow, 51, was arrested and charged with sell and deliver Schedule 2 and possession of drug paraphernalia. James Parker, 70 years old, was arrested and charged with sell and deliver Schedule 2. So I'm assuming Schedule 2, I don't know, I'm assuming that's prescription drugs. You know, maybe they would get pain medicine or, what's that stuff called? I can't remember what they call it, but it's like, well, they give it to children to slow children down, but in Ritalin, in adults, it acts as a speed, as a upper. Because I don't know if y'all know this or not, but a child's chemistry is the opposite of adults, unless you get a pituitary gland tumor, and then it can change your chemistry. And your medication works out, has the opposite effect that it's supposed to have. So Ritalin is speed, but they give it to children to slow children down. And all right, Regina, the 70-year-old man, and maybe the women in their 50s didn't know what they were doing. You know, I mean, someone probably said, "Hey, you can get this medicine, make some money," and they, who knows, living on fixed income. The 70-year-old man might not have, I don't know. Well, Gina Hardy, 33, was arrested and charged with delivery of Schedule 2 and possession of drug paraphernalia. I mean, I don't know what the difference, Schedule 1, Schedule 2. Kevin Guy, 28, was arrested and charged with sell and deliver Schedule 2 and possession of drug paraphernalia. Okay, well, possession of drug paraphernalia, so does that mean, I don't know what the Schedule 2 was. Because most of these people had, except for the elderly person, they had drug paraphernalia. So even if it was medicine, were they doing something, or like pills or whatever, were they doing something else with it to change it? Or were they selling it because they had some other drug habit? James Jackson, 39, was arrested and charged with selling delivery Schedule. I guess Schedule, I don't know. Could have been Schedule 1 or Schedule 2, just says Schedule. Aaron Perkins, 25, arrested and charged with sell and deliver Schedule 1 and possession of drug paraphernalia. James Thomas Key, 39, arrested and charged with sell and deliver heroin and possession of drug paraphernalia. Brandon Skinner, 33, arrested and charged with 2 counts of sell and deliver Schedule 2 and 1 count of drug paraphernalia and 1 count of possession with intent to sell and deliver cocaine. Oh, they just had some of everything there. LaQuish Warren, 26, was arrested and charged with trafficking opium or heroin possession with intent to sell and deliver heroin, possession with intent to manufacture, sell and deliver heroin, and possession with intent to sell and deliver cocaine. They got the worst of the charges right there. LaQuish Warren, the youngest one. No, Aaron was the youngest. He was 25. Anyway, I think the manufacturing charges are worse. I don't know than the others. How do you manufacture cocaine? I thought it came already. Oh, you know what? They might have been cooking it. They used to call it freebase back in the 80s. Now they call it crack cocaine. Or they probably have other names for it, so they probably were cooking it. Or whatever you call it when you make it into the rock. Assisted by the North Carolina State Bureau of Investigations. Okay. Yeah, I figured that was going to be LaQuish. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just going through news I haven't been able to catch up on. Trying to take my mind off other things that I don't want to think about right now. So I'm just looking at news. Ah, don't tell me this guy's that stupid. Bank robbery suspect writes demand on document with his name and address on it. Oh, I gotta read this one. I'm sorry. He was stupid enough to write what a robbery note, like give me all your money, on something that's got his name and address on it, and handed it to the teller. I gotta read this one. This definitely got to go on the world's dumbest criminals. And we had one that was more than that. He installed the video security system when I worked at the bar. He installed this state-of-the-art system for us. And then he came in and robbed us, thinking, he'd get away because he knew where the cameras were. He knew how to disable the alarm before he went in. And then he pulled the videotape from the recorder that records from all the cameras. Well, he didn't count on me catching them. And I lived right across the street. And I looked out the window and saw him breaking in. Didn't know who it was from across the street. All I could tell him was he was a white man, approximately 5'11" to 6'1", and 190 to 210 pounds. I couldn't tell what color hair he had or anything because he had a hood on. It was wintertime. It was cold. And anyway, I told the police officers when they got there, I'm like, you need to go around the back of the building because he's going to go out the back door because that's where the money was. That's where the office was. And so they caught him. And then they came back. I'm like, go find the videotape because the videotape's out there somewhere. And sure enough, because it wasn't in the machine, they went back out there and found the videotape. So he looked really good on camera. Let me tell you, he did a good job installing that stuff. You could see his face plain as day, all the way up on every camera in the place. And when he got in the office, you could see him really good, and he bends down and pulls the tape out. So you see the whole crime, even up to where he goes to stick his hand on the thing and pull the tape out. So he was a dumb criminal. But okay, let's read this one. Authorities say a Cleveland bank robbery suspect mistakenly handed over his identity to a teller when he gave her a note Monday morning. It was just after 11 a.m. when 54-year-old Michael Harrell walked up to the counter at the U.S. Bank branch at Lucid Avenue on the city's east side and passed the teller a piece of paper demanding money. When the teller took the note and looked at it and looked at the other side, she saw his name. He had used a note that he had used earlier at the Ohio Bureau of Motor Vehicles. And it had his name on it, said Special Agent Vicki Anderson of Cleveland Office FBI. Investigators said the teller was stunned to find not only his name but his address. She actually even referred to him as Michael Anderson, gave him the money and called him Michael, and then notified law enforcement. And you know what? It probably didn't even dawn on him then when she was calling him Michael. Because if it did, he could have played it off and said, haha, you got me, it was a joke. Of course, I wouldn't rob a bank and hand you the piece of paper with my name on it. He could have played it off. I guess he didn't catch it right then when she was calling him by his name. Once authorities confirmed that Harold was the same man caught on surveillance cameras robbing the bank, a warrant was quickly issued for his arrest. FBI said this is not the first time a bank robber has left an incriminating piece of evidence at the scene, but in each case it makes the job finding suspect easier. We had individuals drop things on the way out the door that they didn't intend to, obviously. We've had individuals drop cell phones that have all their identifying information in it. A lot of times we're sending out pictures. We have no idea who this person could be, what part of town they could be from. And when you know a present note has your name already on it and address, it helps law enforcement tremendously. Duh. Investigators said the smart move now will be for Harold to turn himself in. Alright, let's see if they showed the video. He obviously isn't a real bank robber. I mean, well, he is now, but, I mean, I don't know what happened to make him have to go rob a bank. Maybe he wants time in jail. Maybe he's homeless and hungry. Well, no. I mean, I thought about it once.
Liz, investigators say the man passed a note at the bank demanding money, and no one could believe what was on the other side of the note.
When the teller took the note and looked at it and looked at the other side, she saw his name. He had used a note that he had used earlier at the BMV, and it had his name on it.
That's right. When 54-year-old Michael Harrell of Cleveland walked into the U.S. Bank at East 79th and Euclid on Monday morning, he wrote the note on the back of a document from the Ohio BMV, complete with his name and address. Investigators say the teller was so stunned that she even referred to him as Michael when she handed him the money. She then called 911 when he left the bank and told police about the note that provided all of his personal information. The FBI says this is not the first time that a bank robber has left a crucial piece of evidence at the
it's not the
scene,
first time they
but it
left,
makes the job of finding the suspect a
you
lot
know,
easier.
dropping a cell phone or something. That's an accident. This, I don't know. There's got to be something else wrong. This poor guy
But
definitely
we've had individuals drop things on the way
wasn't thinking straight. Doesn't seem like, I don't know. He's obviously
out the
totally
door that
distraught.
they didn't
'Cause
intend
she
to.
even called him
Obviously,
by
we've
his
had
name.
individuals
I don't know. I don't know what his story
drop
is.
cell phones that have all their identifying information. And
Either
a lot of times we're sending out
he's a
pictures
drug
we have
addict
no
and
idea
he's totally lost his mind and was jonesing, and all he
who
was
this
thinking
person could
about
be
or
or what part
driven
of town they
was
could be
getting
from.
that money to go get high. You know, maybe having severe
And when
withdrawals.
you present a note that has your name already on
He looks sad.
it and address, it helps law enforcement tremendously.
And police have issued a warrant for the arrest of Michael Harrell. Liz, they are hoping to.
I don't know. Definitely be interested in this story. What he has to say. And, you know, he might have some terrible life situation going on. That doesn't justify robbing a bank. Don't get me wrong, but I'm saying something had to have him
Does
totally
the smart
distraught
thing and turns himself in.
for him to write on the piece of paper with his name on it. And then she even called him by his name, so that should have clued him in. And then that would have been his opportunity to try to play it off like it was a joke. Who knows? The whole world is going crazy. Hey, Charles.
But right now, really, as tomatoes, ripen, just make sure
Yeah, I'm all for it.
you're continuing to
I
harvest.
see a lot of recipes coming in my kitchen.
Yeah.
A lot of recipes.
The green tomatoes are ready to go.
Oh yeah.
Take those and
You
fry 'em
can't
up
take
like
the
right
greens?
now.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love green
Yeah,
tomatoes.
the
Yeah.
green ones are good.
Are you still there, or did I miss you?
So as you heard, Wayne said you can make the fried green tomatoes. So yesterday that was in the dig this
I like fried green tomatoes.
segment. So my green tomatoes that I'm overseeing are ready to go. So we brought in Chef Eric Wells. From Skylar Ray's Culinary Services, and he's here with a recipe that we're calling Christie's Crispy Green Tomatoes.
You just renamed my recipe. I love that. I love
Could
that.
you put that in your next cookbook?
It's in the next book.
I appreciate that. And we called him on like super short notice from yesterday, so thank you.
Oh, no problem. My
We're so
pleasure.
excited. What did you think about the garden, though?
So the garden is gorgeous. Your garden is gorgeous.
Thank you. My part, yes, absolutely.
It was really, really nice. There was some kind of animal out there that scared me.
Oh my!
And Margaret. I don't know, kind of dinosaur or something out there. I don't know what it was.
A small
but
reptile.
It scared me. But
Really?
We picked some tomatoes this morning.
Okay.
Some green tomatoes. We know
at you.
Look at me out in the garden. You know.
I mean, AJ.
Oh, man. Oh, I guess I missed you too. I'm sorry, Charles. This isn't a regular show anyway. I'm just sitting here trying to take my mind off some stuff. So. I was checking out news and stuff I missed, you know, the last 20, 18 days, however long it's been. And I've been so busy. See if anything new is happening. Getting closer. Oh, watch this. Wow. And that's right in the sun. See if I can slow it down and catch it. It's going to be hard to do. Oops. Alright. Try again. Oops, right there. Oops. Right there. Let's look at this. Now, what is that? Extending from both sides of the sun. Huh. Snip that. Oh, man. Try it again. Come on. Let me save. What's wrong with you? Okay, mouse. Any day now. So the question is that this? And if so, it's actually definitely interfering with the sun. See, here it looks like it's going above. But I guess it could be the angle that that's facing in the sky. Because here, whatever this is, went right through it. You see these sun flares here and here. Over here, this looks like it's up above it. But, so that's interesting. Now that I have that saved, let's go back to watching this. Well, these beams are getting longer and longer on this thing. I don't understand why there's such a perfect straight line. What they actually mean. Well, you know, Scripture says that the sky will, does it say the sky will open up or split? And I can't look it up on my phone, darn it. My phone is not working at the moment. Tsunami warning for who? You've been out. Hold on, let me look on here. I can't see what you said. Tsunami warning for West Coast. From who? I'm at Walmart chilling. NASA warning. NASA warning? NASA sending out a tsunami warning for the West Coast? The Western Coast? Huh. Whoops. This week it will level the red Western Coast. Alright, I'm gonna have to Google that because I haven't heard any tsunami warning from NASA. That would be all over the news if they were doing that. They'd be evacuating the West Coast if they had that much advance notice. And what's going to cause this tsunami? Is it going to be a huge meteor? You got this off NASA site or someone else's? It just came out. What kind of meds do you take? Alright, let me try to search it. I can't do it on my phone because I dropped my phone in a barrel of oil today. Watered down, antifreeze down, transmission fluid, everything was mixed in that barrel. My phone went right in it. So I got it in rice and I'm praying that it works. But I don't know. I usually use it to Google stuff, look it up right quick. But I'm going to have to look it up on here, so I'm not going to be able to see the chat for a second. So, let's go to this one. NASA. NASA has found an X-ray tsunami in nearby galaxy cluster. I don't, so far I don't see anything saying when a mega tsunami drowned Mars. Sun cycles may end. Terminators begin in tsunamis. Mars. Monster tsunami left evidence of a vast ocean. Breaking tsunami waves along India's eastern NASA visible Earth. It is estimated that the seafloor was displaced several meters due to the quake, resulting in large ocean waves called tsunamis from Japanese Pearl Harbor. Is this now? Let's see. I know a girl said that she came down here. She's from Toledo, Ohio. They had an all-women's football game. Um, oh, this was December 26th. This is the one from December 26th. That was from the 9.0 earthquake. Okay. All right, let me come back to the chat. Zolas. Is that some YouTube channel? Well, let's check on earthquakes. There's a 5.8 in Santa Cruz. That was a while back. The red ones all happened in the last hour. So it's a 3.2 in California, a 2.6 in Oklahoma. These smaller circles mean smaller. 2.6 in Puerto Rico. This one's up in Alaska. That's a small one too. A 2.5 in Alaska. These were the bigger ones. They happened a long time ago. That's in Australia, 5.4, and 5.0 in Indonesia. So none of these have a tsunami warning. Matter of fact, we'll go to NASA's tsunami warning thing right now. As soon as it loads. No tsunami warning, advisory, watches, or threats. And we can even do observations. start. These are where the things are that measure it. Okay. All right. So yeah, I don't see any warnings from NASA site. Are you still there? Did I lose you? Are you still there, Charles? What is Zola Zola? Let me look up Zola Zolas. See where you got this information from. 'Cause I don't see any warnings from NOAA or NASA. So Zola Zola or Zola Zolas. Okay, Zola Zolas. Indian rock band. Zola's gift shop. Zola's beauty lounge. Alright. I don't know what. Alright, let me see if it's a YouTube thing. I don't see Zola. Oh, that's to plan weddings and stuff. Alright, let me try something else here. Let's try YouTube. Oh, this ought to be interesting. A freak tsunami, huge wave at a pool. They did have, it injured 44 people. I don't see it yet. And this thing is taking forever. Sounds like
延吉玉龙水上乐园啊，出事故了啊，到现在半个多小时了，一直没有人。延吉玉龙水上乐园啊，出事故了啊，到现在半个多小时了，一直没有人处理，没有人管，30来个人受伤的。
maybe they're wave pool cable had a malfunction. Cause I don't know, the wave pools, you know, where they create waves, maybe it malfunctioned and created a bigger wave than it was supposed to. Because usually the waves aren't it was caused by a power cut that damaged the electrical equipment. Okay. Yeah. So it damaged the thing that controls the waves. Alright. So other than that, I don't see anything. Now, this thing is going to hit the earth. Yeah, that would cause some major problems. But I was told that was Mercury, so we'll see. Yeah. It will level the western coast. Alright, well, God bless everyone. I'll be back later. I just had it open while I was catching up on news. Trying to take my mind off stuff. I don't even think I showed what I was